Real quick, want to give a shout out to PrimeXBT. As you guys know, they're the sponsors of these streams. They have been for a while now. So if you want to support me in my battle against the Bit Boys, the Moon Carls, the Cryptos of the world, the best way to do that, it doesn't cost you anything, is to sign up using my link in the description to PrimeXBT. If you want to help me out even more, deposit some money. Make sure you use that code Mayne50 as well before depositing to get that deposit bonus. And I get a little kickback from that. So if you want to support me, you don't need to tip me. This is not a paid service. This is all free. But the best way to do that, use that link, deposit some money, take some trades along with me on that platform. That really helps me out and I really appreciate it. And you guys have been crushing it. I get DMs every single day about people signing up to Prime. It helps me out greatly, so thank you. And if you want to join the Discord, do exactly that. DM me that you signed up and I will let you in the Discord. That is also free. So let's talk about the charts. I'm going to start with Bitcoin here, guys. So Bitcoin, I'm actually long right now. We've been crushing and, you know, nailed most of the PA over the last couple months. The P&L is looking fucking spicy since June 1. My P&L chart since June 1 is literally this. It's been fucking awesome. I've been making a bunch of money and I'm hoping to make some more on this long idea. So what we're looking at here, the lines I have, starting off on the monthly, we've got July's low, August low, and then August high. So initially, if you go back a couple of streams when we were still in August, I talked about how this candle taking out that high of July and then closing way down here, I said there's a very good chance that the next level that gets taken out is July's low. We already took out the previous month's high. We closed very close to the previous month's open. So the next draw on liquidity was going to be July's low. And that's what we got. So we started off the month of September by not only taking out August's low, but we took out July's low as well. Okay, so that was the initial plan. When we were trading and charting back in August, I said, okay, based on how this month is going to close down here, I think we take this level out. That's what happened. So now we're trading in September and we're going to use that exact same logic. We're trading in September. We've taken out the previous month's low. We've taken out August's low and broke back into August's range. So this range you see on my chart is just the month of August high and low. You can pull a range yourself from here to here if you want. I'm literally using the high of August and the low of August to create our trading range. And we've deviated below August low. We've now taken out the prior 2 months lows and we've broken back into that previous month's range. We had this big move down, a large move up. We filled in this entire fair value gap here. We took out these highs. My initial target was these highs here. We traded even higher. So I was targeting these equal highs because we longed here. If you guys remember, we longed here. Last stream and the stream before, we talked about the long that we took down here. We took the breaker long down here. We got in long. My entry was 18,795 and I rode that all the way up to here. Not the entire position. I TP'd along the way. So I scaled out some at resistance. I scaled up some more here. I scaled out most of it here. And then I got trailed out. When this dumped, I got completely taken out of the remainder of the position. But we caught the majority of this swing. Now we've come back to this breaker. So when we initially put in this move, I was looking for a pullback to here, to long, for another leg up, targeting August high, using that same logic, saying, okay, we took out August low. We're now back within the monthly range. Let's see if we can now take out the monthly high. I'm not saying that we have to go all the way up here, but that was the initial plan. What happened? We ended up moving further up, and then we returned to the level quite aggressively. So I tweeted, I said, hey, listen, we're at this breaker, the up candle before the down move that took out a key swing low, traded back through it. Now we're retesting it. I said, I don't love how we came back to the level. I much would have rather it come back to the level a little less aggressively, like this big one dump candle to retrace half of this move. I don't love that, but it's still valid as a retest. This was still the area where I wanted to look a potential higher low to form and to potentially get long. So the plan remained the same, but how we came to the level I don't love. That being said, I got long in here. I posted this on Twitter right when it happened. I said, here's where I'm looking to long. I said, I likely want to see something on the low time frame to get me involved. And that's what we got. We now have a 12-hour SFP here. You can see that long wick close back above. You can zoom in and you can find a low time frame entry here if you want. The three ways that you can trade this, in my opinion, are the following. You long the order block, right? You long the breaker, stop below the breaker. Target 1 for me would be here, because this is where the lower high would form. If this is going to actually break down, the lower high forms there. That would be target 1. Target 2 would be here, right? You have this order block, and then you have this high right below it. Target 3 would be August high. The targets for the longs, all 3 longs I'm about to describe, the targets are the same for all 3. Here, here, and here. The entries, there's 3 different setups, how I see it. The breaker entry, you're entering on the breaker. Maybe you scaled in, but you're entering based on this being a 12-hour breaker retest. Stop below the breaker. Target 1, target 2, target 3. The second setup is the same, but a much looser stop. You're entering based on this being the pullback, but your stop is going here. So you're giving some potential room for a squeeze to the downside, but ultimately, as long as this low is held, here's a swing high, and you're just banking on a swing low forming here. So it's the exact same setup, target 1, target 2, target 3, but it's a much looser stop. It gives you some wiggle room if price wants to trade a little lower than the breaker itself. As long as this low is maintained, your idea is valid. You pull your fib from here to here, your sweet spot lines up right here as well. The third setup would be zooming in on the low time frame and finding a low time frame trigger. Now, what do you want to see on the low time frame? Well, I like this 12-hour SFP, and then I'd probably go down to the hourly and I would look for some sort of low time frame setup. Maybe it's this order block right here. Break in market structure, pull back, boom. Now your risk is here. Tighter entry, right? Tighter stop. Targets remain the same. Here, here, and then up at 25K. But this is going to give you the best risk reward. The lower the time frame, right? The more you dial in, that's going to give you the best risk reward generally, because your entry is going to be closer to your stop. But those are the 3 long scenarios, okay, that I see here. Personally, I'm already in a long, but I think any of those 3 I described, if you want to zoom in and look for a long in this area, if you want to just long this area, maybe layer some bids lower, stop here or stop here. Ideally, even if you were to have your stop here, now that we've had this 12-hour close like this, I really wouldn't want to see price trading back below 19,540. I don't think, based on us coming in, retesting here, and getting this wick, I don't think we should trade back below there, personally. But I don't see any issue with having your invalidation be here as well. Where am I looking for in terms of upside? This high and that being the far away targets, but the immediate target is here. This is a bearish breaker, right? Because this was supposed to be a bullish order block. We nuked it. So if we trade back up into here, this is an area where a lower high could form, right? And then maybe we make a lower low below here. So absolutely, if you're longing here, I think you want to, at the very least, pay attention in this area. I'm talking 21,300 to 21,800. This $500 range here could very well form a lower high. So if you're long from down here like me, you want to at the very least watch. And if you start getting some bearish price action in this area on the low time frame, I would be looking to potentially take some profit, hedge, whatever the fuck you want to do to cover your ass. If you're not in a trade at all, this is an area where I'd look for potential short setups. If we come to this area and we just blow through it, right, and it's just bullish, we get maybe a little pullback, but then we're just bullish, then boom, next target, take some off here, and then save the rest for that range high. We make a new high above here, I'm pretty confident we take out August high. But that's the plan for Bitcoin for now. I'm long biased. I'm hoping we get a bounce at least to 21,300, at least to here. And so if you're longing based on the 12-hour SFP, let's say, within the order block, that's a 2-hour trade. If you're taking the loose setup, so you have the very loose stop here, you gotta be targeting this setup. This is the setup for the, the swing. This would be the swing trade setup. Your entry is far away from your stop, but your target is also far away. So it still gives you a 3R here. I don't hate this trade. Maybe you get an entry a little lower. Maybe we trade a little bit into here. I don't know. But even now, right where we are right now, entering now, stop there, target there is a 3R trade. And I don't hate it. My entry's lower. My entry is sub 20K. I think it's 19,800 something because I entered on the low time frame on some bullish PA that I saw while it was happening. But yeah, that's kind of the view for Bitcoin right now. So it's using the same logic as last month, right? We had July's high, July's low. August went like this. This was August. So here's July's high, July's low. August went like this. Boom, and closed here. That was the end of August. What did we do to start September? Took out August low, took out July low, and now we're here. So using the same logic of, okay, we took out this high, next target was the low. Okay, well, we've taken out the low, next target would be the high. That's kind of the framework that I'm working on with this trade. Doesn't mean it has to happen. We took out the low of August and of July. We can just trade lower. We do not have to take out August high. It can remain untouched. Maybe it will go back there at a later date. Eventually, it's going to get tagged. But is it going to happen now? And then we trade back in? Or is it going to happen after we make a new low? I don't know. But I'm playing on this setup with target 1, target 2, target 3. So we took out the lows. There's your deviation. We're back in the range. Now let's see if we can go take out the high. Okay, let's take a look on Ethereum now. So Ethereum, here's what I'm working with. Okay, we've got a bullish price range that's formed here. So we have a low and a high. So within this large downtrend, right? This is still a massive downtrend here. If we zoom in to the hourly, the 12-hour, excuse me, we have a little mini uptrend here forming, right? We took out this high, we're putting in higher lows and higher highs, and you got a pretty nice long opportunity that formed here. So you had your low form, you had a new swing high form, and then what happened? Price retraced directly into the sweet spot, right into a 12-hour bullish order block. So where was this in time, right? This is just yesterday that this played out. And this is the same as on Bitcoin here. We had this low form on BTC. Very similar, right? Low to high. Where's that pullback? Right into the sweet spot. This case, it came into the breaker. Whereas Ethereum, it came into the order block. So nice pullback within this bullish range. Came in and tested that 12-hour order block. And we got a decent little reaction there. If you zoom in, you got some pretty clear signals here to get long, right? Like we came into the 12-hour order block. What's going on the low time frame here? This is one massive swing fail. You have a low here. Look at how many times we traded below here and closed above. Trade below, close above, trade below, close above. Multiple times we went below that level, but we closed above it right at that order block. So to me, this would be an area where absolutely, you'd want to be looking for reasons to get long based on the high time frame. Your high time frame bias based on the 12-hour. I'm not saying based on the monthly. I'm saying based on the 12-hour chart. This is bullish. So when this retraces here into a discount, you want to be looking for reasons to get long. You zoom in, this is the type of stuff you want to see, right? Multiple stabs below level, failure to close below. You have a very clear 4-hour SFP here that played out beautifully. And you also have on the hourly here, a breaker that played out right here. Took out the lows, traded back above, moved away. And now we've put in a bullish market structure break. So within this 12-hour range, we now have an hourly range here. That's also bullish. So if this is able to come down a little bit here, you could be looking for reasons to get long Ethereum for another leg up. We just traded low to high and put in a potential higher low. So ultimately, similar to Bitcoin, right? Our target would be back above here. So if this retraces it all, right? You want to be looking for, if you're not long already from here, this retraces it all. You want to be looking for reasons to get long for another leg up to take out here. Where would I target on Ethereum long? So if you long this, and similar to Bitcoin, I can give you the same explanation, right? You could long the order block, stop here. Or you can zoom in and look for a low time frame setup down here, which I just showed you, to get involved and get a tighter risk reward. Similar to Bitcoin, I think there is an immediate area to watch, and it's around here, right around here, 1710 to like 1720 as a potential area for a lower high. So just like I said here at 21,300, this could be the lower high area. Same goes for Ethereum. If we push up to here and we start rejecting around 1720, that would be my sign to either short if I wasn't in a position, or if I was in a long, take some profit maybe, or hedge. But if we're bullish and we trade bullishly through here, target 1, right? Target 2 becomes that big round number at 2K. So maybe we have one more stab up on Ethereum. So if you want to talk macro, okay, great. You think that the mergers works, it goes through without a hitch, and it's bullish, and we're going to see an immediate appreciation in price once the merge happens, then by all means, use the chart to get in along based on how I described. But that would be what I'm looking for on Ethereum. Some sort of pullback here on the low time frame, another leg up to 1720 would be what I'm looking for. Invalidation, if we pull back to here, I think your invalidation is there. Does that give you a favorable risk reward? I think so. Just to target 1, almost 3R, right? So something like that would be how I'd want to get involved on the long on Ethereum. I'm not long Ethereum. I'm only long Bitcoin right now. But that's the kind of setup I'd be looking for to get involved on Ethereum. Some sort of pullback, low time frame bullish PA has formed here. Stop below that stop run wick. That's your invalidation. Target 1, target 2. Target 3 would be 2K. Take a quick look at the dollar here. So I was hoping, I was calling for a pullback, right? I posted up here. I said, I think the dollar cools off. I want to see a pullback down to here. Basically, my plan and my expectation is that the dollar trades to 120. So what I was hoping for, what I was hoping to see was a pullback on the weekly chart down into this order block, and then boom. And then this pullback here would give risk, stocks, crypto, etc., room for that next leg up that I was hoping for after getting long at the lows. Initially, we got that rejection candle, which I liked, but then, you know, this week's candle is charging right back up. So if Bitcoin is going to go to 25K, if the stock market is going to trade higher, if Ethereum is going to go past 2K, we need the dollar to roll over here. So looking at the daily chart, you have a high here, you have a swing low here. We broke market structure here. So what you really want to see is basically this has to reject here, right? This has to reject here if risk is going to have that next leg up. Look at what happened on Bitcoin on September 13th. Huge red candle. Look at the dollar. Huge green candle. People who deny the correlation, you're dumb. It's extremely strong. It remains strong. It's the denominator of the fraction. Talk about this shit all the time, almost to the point of exhaustion, because people are so fucking smooth brained. They have cognitive dissonance. They don't understand something, or it goes against their bias, so they just ignore any sort of facts and information that are presented to them that might contradict their preconceived bias. They just ignore it completely. So big down day in crypto, big down day in stocks, big up day in the dollar. So if we want our bullish plans that I've just laid out to play out, we need the dollar to trade lower. The dollar just goes like this. Crypto and stocks are going to continue lower. So we need to see this basically bearish order block here, right? We want to see this reject, make another low, and then sure, it can go up from here. But what I'm hoping is this down leg allows us to get that next move up in crypto and in risk, so stocks as well. So I want to see the dollar reject where it is. I want to see it get back below here, right? Give us that over under. And then this is what we need to see for that next leg up in the other markets, okay? The stock market, we long down here on stocks as well. Right? We long this setup, this breaker play here. We long this, traded right up into that daily bearish order block, right? Up candle before the down move that broke market structure here, came right up into it. Huge up day on the dollar, huge rejection on stocks. Very ugly, right? This is like staircase up, elevator down to the max, right? To the max. So we're basing a little bit here, but that's a very nasty rejection. I don't like it. Again, 12-hour range here. Traded down. Where did it trade into? Where's this SFP? Boom, it's right here. Your breaker block. We've got another SFP here. Okay, so there is some potential signs of maybe we get bullish here, but this is like the make or break area. Just like I think this is make or break for Bitcoin. Like we're taking out the lows if we do not hold here. Same thing for stocks. If it's gonna rally, if we're gonna have another leg up, right? And this isn't the lower high. Like if this is the lower high, and we're just going to trade and make another big lower low before the next leg up, this is where that rally has to occur. So all of those things need to line up. Dollar needs to trade down. We want to see that dollar move down in order for Bitcoin, Ethereum, stocks to be able to go up. So dollar is at resistance, Bitcoin, Ethereum, equities, all at support. Let's hope that resistance holds on the dollar and support holds on risk, and we can get that another leg up. Because if the dollar breaks up All of those long ideas are going to be wrong. I'll quickly look at FBTC here, right? So we're in the merge. We're still within this dreaded range. And what you don't love is, you know, an FBTC person is, you know, an F maxi, I guess, is we deviated the top, traded to the bottom. We're back at the top of the range and we put in a big nasty wick there. So if the merge is bullish and F is going to start outperforming Bitcoin, Ethereum BTC really needs to start trading above 0.0824. It needs to start trading above this range high, right? And then my next target would be 0.1. If this breaks back into the range here, right, and starts trading down, right, that's not good. That means that Bitcoin is going to be the stronger play. So Ethereum outperformed Bitcoin since June, right? Since that low. And now we're trading back at the top of the range high here. So we've seen a rejection a little bit already. We've got a decent candle forming here. You know, the H12 is looking like it potentially, you know, might want to break out, but it's got to start trading above this range high. So if you are bullish on Ethereum over Bitcoin, right, you want to see us start trading above here. Getting a little bit of a dump happening here. Low time frame. Let's just take a look. Yeah, I mean, broke market structure here. Pulling back. Really want to see this shit hold. Ethereum is doing exactly what I just talked about here, right? Remember, I said pull back on the hourly. So we want to see these kind of areas hold here. Pretty critical time. If you're long, this is where you want to be paying attention. It's starting to nuke a little bit. So this is where you want to see Ethereum hold, in my opinion, right around here, right? You want to see us hold here. You do not want to see us lose this low, in my opinion. BitBoy is my favorite go-to guy for crypto news. That's probably why you're broke, huh? I hope you remain poor, and I hope you age very poorly. You're dumb. If that makes me fat phobic, don't really care. Brother, you look like a descendant of Voldemort. Mayne is a hairless cat in his past life. This guy said, Mayne, what up? Sorry to hear about the premature balding. Stay strong. Fuck you. I swear to God, I will come to your house, I will hold you down, and I will shave your head, and then I will rub your head with Nair. It's the same place your dad is. It's gone, and it's never coming back. You're wearing your hood like ET. It's comfy, man. What is going on? You look Seg's bald shorty. Okay, I think that's a compliment. The chat is already on fucking retard time because people are so fucking smooth brain. That's probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I've heard a lot of dumb shit. Jane watches my videos. Oh my God. What a stupid comment. You're gonna disagree. Have some fucking facts to back it up, Bernard. Okay? Your name's also fucking dumb, Bernard. And it rhymes with fucking retard, which is what you are, Bernard. Jesus Christ. How are Canadian girls? I have no fucking idea. And if I knew, I would not tell you. Obviously tight, right? Like, for vaginas and for trade setups. Tight is just generally better. What's my opinion on fat girls? Probably never, but thank you for the invite. If that makes me fat phobic, well, don't really care. I like them better skinny. About the same size as your cock. Fuck you. I'll do what I want. I don't care. I swear to God, some of you are the whiniest bitches of all time. Like, it's unbelievable. Jesus Christ. Shut up. Notice how fucking Bernard hasn't said shit since I called him out? Bernard, where'd you go, bro? I'm about to put your fucking face on the side of a milk carton because you're missing in action. I hope all of us get rich, except for Bernard, because fuck that guy. Tonight, Mayne's neck merges with his head. That is fucking hilarious. Ban this man from the chat immediately. I'm the one who makes jokes, not you.